That's what I'm talking about. Dude,
That's
never
a
gets
car.
old. Every time I look at this car, it's like a new enjoyment. I actually appreciate it more every time I see it. Man, this car just never gets old. I don't think I'll ever get sick of this car. I really don't. Oh, it's so sick, bro.
Just listen.
It just does everything well. Everything like correctly. There's no flaws. I swear to God, I don't have a single flaw to this car. Like the Evo, I could tell you a couple flaws. Number one, legroom sucks. If you're above 5'9", you don't want to get into an Evo. Like even for myself, my legs are pretty cramped. The technology sucks in Lamborghini. You want to connect your phone to Bluetooth? Be prepared. It's gonna take you 5-10 minutes to figure it out. And even then, once you own the car and your phone's just connected, still it has glitches. It'll go in and out. Technology sucks. This car, bro, incredible technology. Incredible drive, so much space in the interior, and it sounds incredible.
It sounds so good.
The Evo sounds good, but this car, I mean,
this is a step above,
bro. Love this car, bro. It's crazy. It's such crazy. This is my car. Deadass.
Yeah, has it set in yet?
Not really, bro. I mean, kind of, but it's just like it's so hard to believe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, bro, it happened really fast.
Happened really fast. Driving a V12 is just next level. It's just something that like it never gets old. I feel like with an Aventador it gets a little old because the drive is just so clunky, so uncomfortable. Whereas this car, dude, like I pop into auto, it's like we can cruise.
Yep.
You don't feel a single gear shift. You don't feel anything. And then even the gear shifts aren't that violent, but they're violent enough to where like you hear the pops, you feel that energy. Like it's it's sick, but. Yeah, it's just such a damn comfortable car. And dude, a lot of people, as Andrew Tate says, this is one of the best cars he's ever owned. One of my boys, Dr. D, just sold his, said the same thing, bro. He regrets selling his A12. So there's a lot of people, if you ask them what is the best car you've ever driven, if they have driven and owned quite a few cars, including an A12, they're going to tell you an A12. I've driven a ton of cars. I've driven almost every single car you guys can imagine that's under $1 million. And dude, nothing compares to this, bro.
And the interior, it's just a good place to be.
Dude, great place to be. I love all the carbon, all the red leather. They got the Mansory carbon back there. Yeah.
The Evo is too cramped.
Dude, way too cramped. And another thing too with that Evo, I had a very special Evo because of the kit. But man, beneath that kit, it was still a Huracan.
So good.
Why did I get myself into this? Where do I fucking go from here, man?
You can't get any better.
I might just keep this for like the foreseeable future. I don't want a 765 over this. I don't want a fucking SVJ over this car. Like I deadass do not want to trade this for an SVJ. I don't care for them. The drive sucks. I think this car is a lot nicer than an SVJ. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been following me on Instagram, maybe my YouTube for the last little bit. A lot of you know where I started, where I've come from, but just to give you guys a little background as to where I started from. Man, I'm new to the game. You know, I only started my exotic content company 2.5 years ago. I wasn't really making money before that. I was a personal trainer. I did some things in crypto, so I made a little bit of money there through one of my buddies who was just crushing at the time. But man, my parents are immigrants from South Africa. My parents came to Canada with $1,000 to the name. You know, I watched my dad build companies from the ground up. And my dad's always been a huge car guy, so that's kind of how I got involved with cars at a very young age. Dude, ever since I can remember, I was collecting Hot Wheels, I was playing Need for Speed. Watching my dad level up, you know, my dad had some actual piece of shit cars when I was like in diapers, you know, like Pontiac. I don't even know if you guys know what this is. Pontiac Sunfire. Have you ever heard of that car? I don't think so. I remember my dad when he had a Pontiac Sunfire. Then he had a Chevy Blazer, which I thought was sick. And then he got his first BMW, which was a 2008 650i convertible. It went in like early, like 2011, and I thought that car was sick. I couldn't believe he had that car. And then from there, he started, you know, my dad works damn hard. He started becoming more successful, getting better cars. Went from a 650i to a new 650. Then he got an M6. Then he got an R8, all gen 2012. Then he got a 650S McLaren. Then he got a M5 first edition. My dad, he's had some cool cars. But dude, I remember when I was in college, second year, and my dad just got that 2012 RH Spider. I remember I asked him, I was sitting in the passenger seat with him. He would never let me drive these cars, barely let me touch them. But I was in the passenger seat with him, and I asked him, I said, did you ever think that you would be driving a car like this in your 40s? He said no. He said never in his life would he have thought that he'd be driving an Audi R8 in his 40s. Fast forward to where I am today. I'm driving a $500,000 car in my 20s, guys. Just 4 or 5 years ago, I asked my dad if he ever thought he would be in that situation. He said no. And here we are today. All because of one thing. Hard work. 2 things. Hard work and deadass just believing in yourself, man. Like, the amount of people that have told me I'm delusional, that I wouldn't amount to shit. You know, I was working, like I said, I was a personal trainer for the longest time. I was making no money, didn't have a car, I was walking to the gym, $30 an hour. Dude, I had no degree from school. I had no idea what the hell I was gonna do. I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but never knew how or never knew what I was going to start, what industry I was gonna get into. And dude, when you just have a passion for something and you feel like you have real purpose, I feel like life just directs you towards that purpose, you know? Like whether it's cars, you're gonna do something in the car industry. If you like content and videography, you're going to do something in that industry. But that is how you become successful. It's literally following your passions and doing something that you love. Because I was able to wake up every single day when my exotic car company was making no money, when I had 2 BMWs, and I enjoyed my day-to-day so much. I enjoyed my life. I enjoyed handing off the keys to my M2 to a client and watching him enjoy it, and I was making $200. Dude, like, I enjoyed it. And I believe that's the only reason why I am where I am now. The reason why I was able to scale and grow my company so fast, get all the celebrity clients, get the crazy cars, was because I deadass just thoroughly enjoyed what I did for a living. Like, that is it, guys. I don't feel like I'm working, you know? Like, my life does not feel like work. I work every single day, but to me it's not work. Dude, because I created that kind of life for myself, I really followed my passions. Now I'm driving a Mansory Stallone 812, one of 10 in the entire fucking world, that's registered in my name because I believed in myself. That's it. And it's literally as simple as that. And I even get a lot of guys in my inner circle. I got a lot of guys crushing it, finding way more success than I ever did in the same amount of time that they're finding that success. But I get a lot of guys, man, that join and be like, hey bro, you know, I'm in for example, Boston. You know, I talked to a couple of my friends. They don't think this is a good business to start there. Like, what do you think? I'm like, dude, you know how many people have told me that Miami's oversaturated, that I'll never be successful in Miami because of all the competition that's here? Like, imagine if I listened to those people and said, you know what, you're right. There's so much competition, I shouldn't start another company because I'm going to be one of 100. And these guys already have clients, I'm never going to find clients. I would not be driving this car today. So it's the same thing I tell all these guys. Dude, if you have a true passion for something and your gut is telling you this is what I want to do for a living, you're going to make it work one way or another. The minute you listen to the outsiders tell you that it's not going to work, damn right it's not going to work, right? Think about it. Those are the people that tell you something's not going to work is because they never lived their dreams, they never followed their passions, and now they don't want to see you follow your dreams and passions as well, so they're going to instantly tell you that it's not going to work, right? It's just, you can't listen to the outsiders. You got to really do what you want to do. This is your life. You got one life. Why waste that away? You know, I'm turning 28 this year. Like, that's, to me, that's crazy, man. The last 5 years flew by. The last 3 years since I started this business completely flew by. So you guys are going to realize that if you don't follow your passions, then you keep telling yourself, you know what, next week I'm going to invest in myself. Next week I'm going to start this business. Dude, 5-10 years are going to go by. You're going to be in this exact same spot. And everybody around you that decided to go all in on themselves and take a huge bet on themselves are going to be the ones that you're following on Instagram, that you're watching on Instagram, that you're literally envious over their life, what they have, because that could have been you. That's it. The only reason why I have this is because I believed from day one that this deserves to be mine. That's it. I never ever thought that a car like this was unattainable. I said, this deserves to be mine. I'm going to make it happen, right? You got to remember, guys, everything out there, Bugattis, penthouses, they're available to everybody. But it's those that put in the work, that believe that they deserve those things, are the ones that are going to get it. That's literally the only difference. I have a fucking arts degree. I never got good grades. My entire life I never got good grades. I used to get grounded because of it. I used to get my PlayStation taken away because of it, which sucked. So mad at my parents for that, still to this day. I was like so far from a good student, so far from an A student. you know, and I was brainwashed into believing that for me to be successful in life, I have to be a straight A student. Like, the guys that are straight A students are going to be successful. They're going to make all the money. That was literally what I thought growing up. And now actually understanding how the world works and understanding the real world, all of my friends that dropped out of high school, that never went to college, that have shit degrees like myself, that never did well, all the guys crushing it because they had no other option but to go all in on themselves. So I almost think if you're not good at school, you have a much higher chance of being successful because you have no choice but to go all in on whatever you want to do. So again, guys, the moral of the story is believe in yourself, follow your passions, make sure whatever you're doing for a living does not feel like work, because that is how you're going to make infinite money. It's always when you're not chasing money, that's when you're going to make a ton of fucking money. So again, that's my little advice for you today. Take it however you like, but that is literally my story. I started just like a lot of you right now watching this video. You're stuck, you have no idea what you want to do in life, you know you have a passion for something, maybe it's cars like myself. Dude, you're gonna have some ideas, your heart's gonna tell you what to do, and just go do it. Whether that's a rental company, whether that's a dealership, whether that's car flipping, you know? There's so much you can do in the automotive industry. Open a car wrapping shop, you know? There's a lot of stuff you can do. And you just gotta believe in yourself and just know that you'll make it work one way or another. I always loved rentals. I wanted a fleet of cars, you know, as quickly as possible. And I love the passive income that these cars make me. Now, having the investor model, it's an even better business. I didn't even know that existed when I started, to be honest. I thought I had to go buy every single car. But the minute I found out about the investor model, dude, complete game changer. So for me, I've always wanted to do rentals. I love what I do for a living. And I love having personal cars like this bad boy right here in my name that I get to enjoy whenever I want. So again, guys, believe in yourself, work hard, take risks, don't listen to the outsiders, and you're going to be very successful yourself. Love this car. Oh, the A12. Such an absolute monster. Like, look, we're in traffic right now and I'm just driving normal. Do you feel any gear shift?
No.
Smooth.
Venador, you'd want to kill yourself right now.
Dude, you'd want to kill yourself. When I had my buddy Collins for that month, oh, dude, sitting in Brickell traffic, that car would also stall into neutral all the time, which is really weird.
Really?
Yeah, just not a big Aventador guy. Ready to hear the wrath of a V12 in the tunnel. Have been asking for a rev check. You guys want to hear the car, so I'm gonna give that to you guys right now. Let's go check it out. Beautiful out here. This car is sick. All right, thank you guys again for tuning in. Appreciate all of you guys' support as usual. We did a sick tunnel run for you, gave you some good advice if you're starting out as an entrepreneur and you're looking for some motivation or some guidance. So I hope you found a lot of value in this video. Guys, the new year is upon us. That means two things. Number one, we're gonna go even harder when it comes to social media. YouTube's about to get popping. So if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. You're not gonna miss what's coming in 2025. And again, guys, there's no better time than now to start whatever it is that you wanna start. So whether you're 20, 30, 40, it does not matter. In 2025, I wanna see you all crush it, and I wanna see you all follow your dreams and start whatever it is that you wanna start. So again, appreciate all of you guys' support, and we'll see you next time.